utopia where your speaking, listening, reading, and writing will be developed. I am Teacher Dawn, your guide and help in your adventure. This time, we will be discussing panel discussion. But we will define first. Who among you can give its definition?
A panel discussion is a method of teaching in which 4 to 8 persons or students discuss the assigned topic, problem, or issues. Panel discussion is a discussion in which a few persons carry out a conversation in front of an audience. This technique was first used by Harry A. Overstreet in 1929. These are the purpose of panel discussion. First, to provide information and new facts, to identify the values, to analyze the current problem from different angles, to organize for mental recreation, to influence the audience to an open-minded attitude and respect for others' opinion. When handled intelligently and creatively, panel discussion stimulates thoughts and discussion and clarifies thinking. These are the types of panel discussion. First is the public panel discussion, and second, educational panel discussion. Public panel discussion is organized for the common man's problems and organized through television programs. These are the objectives of public panel discussion to be achieved. First, to provide factual information regarding current problems. Second, to determine social values. Third, to recreate the common man. Educational panel discussion is used in educational institutions to provide factual and conceptual knowledge and clarification of theories and principles. The objectives achieved through educational panel discussions are as follows. First, to provide factual and conceptual knowledge. Second, to raise awareness of theories and principles. Third, to provide solutions for certain problems. To have a successful panel discussion, follow these guidelines. First, identify or help participants to identify an issue or topic that involves an important conflict in values and interest. The topic may be a topical question, a hypothetical incident, a student experience, or an actual case. Select panelists who are well informed and have specific points of view regarding the chosen topic. Usually, a panel discussion includes 3 to 5 panelists. Select a leader or chairperson or moderator for the panel discussion. Decide on the format of the panel discussion. The panel discussion must be rehearsed before the actual panel discussion. Organizing a panel discussion, you should select a chairperson or moderator, the panelists, and the audience. The panel discussion consists of 4 to 8 panelists, along with the chairperson or moderator seated in a semicircle facing the audience. The chairperson or the moderator should be selected with care because the success of the panel discussion depends on the leadership of the moderator. The moderator must keep the discussion to the subject and ensure that all members of the panel get an equal opportunity to express their views. The chairperson should be a neutral referee and begin the panel discussion by exploring the whole proceedings. The members of the panel are first introduced by name and background of experience. The topic is announced and the limit of discussion is stated. The moderator may start the procedure rolling by making a comment or by directing a question to a particular person. The panel discussion should provide a natural setting in which the audience will have the opportunity to ask questions, evaluate replies, and make constructive contributions. The moderator coordinates the discussion and makes sure the discussion is carried on in a conversational way. The moderator clarifies an issue or misconception and may also introduce another thought so that the subject is fully covered. Then the moderator summarizes the main points presented by the speakers and invites the audience to contribute and ask questions. And finally, the moderator sums up the discussion. Different points of views are expressed by the speakers. The quick exchange of facts, ideas, and opinions help students to sharpen their critical thinking and better judgment. Students learn to discuss topics in conversational forms in small group in front of large group. Panel discussion requires more time for planning, organizing, and presentation. The discussion may be vague and superficial if the panel members lacked mastery. The effectiveness of the method depends on, first, the competency and preparation of the panel members. Second, the competency and leading abilities of the chairperson or the moderator. Third, planning, organizing, and conducting the panel discussion.
I downloaded a video of a panel discussion. Watch it carefully.
Good morning, everyone. We are here to witness a panel discussion about extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing is a process without any sanction of any legal proceeding or legal process. This is seen by the humanity to be unethical. Philippines is now witnessing the extrajudicial killings. It was approved by our President Rodrigo Duterte. Now, let us welcome our panelists. We have Mr. Orlando. We have Ms. Romeo as the mother of Mr. Orlando. We have Ms. Loreto as a student of Espiritu Santo Parochial School. And we have Ms. Fajardo as our spokesperson for human rights. Now let's start our panel. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Now, we have only one question. And that question is, should we condone extrajudicial killings at the expense of human rights? But before we answer that question, let us first answer the other questions. This question will be answered later on. Now, let's proceed to the other questions. Should all criminals be killed? Mr. Orlando.
No, based on my humble opinion, not all criminals deserve to die. Because death penalty are given to those criminals who really deserve it. For example, if a criminal refuses to give up or fought back to authority, I think they really deserve a shoot-to-kill style of serving the law or the justice. But, except in that situation, no criminals deserves to die. That's why we have an penitentiary rehabilitation center for criminals to be punished humanely, fairly, and under the control of law.
So, you admitted that you use drugs, right?
Yeah, I use drugs, I'm one of those who use drugs, scoring from the sources. Yeah.
So you admitted that you use drugs. So did you feel scared when President Duterte became our president?
Actually, I felt good about it, you know. But I'm not lying. I'm a little bit paranoid and scared about it because I heard that there are so many drug addicts, pushers that being killed by the authority. You know.
Do you have a second thought to stop the drugs?
I think to stop the drugs, the government must build facilities, more rehabilitation centers, and that's it.
Let's proceed to the next question. How will extrajudicial killings affect the Philippines? Ms. Gourmet.
Extrajudicial killings affect our country in a negative way. Because first of all, we are killing a lot of people. And some of those people are innocent. And because they are being killed today, all people think that all of that are killed are not.
So you know that your son is using drugs, right?
Yes.
So what is his attitude when he uses drugs?
He is mostly giddy and always excited.
I think,
You know that,
I
no?
think he is using drug use before this panel discussion began.
Drugs, you know.
Did you have a second thought to stop your son using the drugs?
Of course, but he uses it for his work, of course, since he is a call center agent and he works at night shift. So I don't really know if I should stop him, because if I stop him, he would be lazy to work, and that would
The mom's nose best.
and that would result to him getting fired.
Okay, wonderful answer. Now, same question for you, Ms. Valero. How will extrajudicial killing affect the Philippines?
At first, I have supported President Duterte's stand against criminals. However, having said all that, I don't believe that shoot to kill is the best way to achieve a goal of a safer country. In fact, the bloody war on drugs has already made headlines all over the world, and other nationalities continue to state their opinions about the condition of our country. That's all.
So, as a student of Espiritu, what can you advise, or what are the what you call this, the procedures or the solution to stop the extrajudicial killings?
We have a law that was implemented, and I think we have the justice for our fair judgment for every criminals, like Mr. Orlando. We have a law that affiliates a fair punishment for you.
Thank you, Ms. Valero. Now, Ms. Junella Fajardo, let us hear your answer.
I think extrajudicial killing can affect our country in a good and a bad way. In a good way, that extrajudicial killing can lessen our criminals and we will have a safe environment. In a bad way, that other countries will think the way we handle the killings is by dealing without the process.
Thank you, Ms. Junella. Next question. If you were President Duterte, what you would do about the killings?
If I were President Duterte, I would investigate first the accused person, whether he or she will be punished.
Is that all? Yes, okay. Last question. Is justice truly served in extrajudicial killing? Mr. Orlando.
My opinion, I think justice is not fully served in extrajudicial killing. Because extrajudicial killing is not the proper way to serve the people of justice. We are always under the law. The law says that the due process is the proper way to serve justice. Again, like what I have said a while ago, this is the reason why we have penitentiary and rehabilitation centers for criminals to be punished and properly to make them repent on the crime that they have committed.
No, because first of all, a lot of people are killed because of the recent regatta that President Duterte has released. And because of that, we don't really know if the police kill people that looks like they were using drugs, even though the people are innocent. And since we have rehabilitation center, shouldn't we just use them instead of killing them?
Instead of any compensation.
I do believe that the mechanism of justice is under the law. A law that was implemented and has a punishment for every criminals that they have.
Mr.
I think as a human rights spokesperson, it depends on the situation if there is justice in extrajudicial killing. Because sometimes there is injustice in extrajudicial killing. Killing someone occurs without evidence or one of the person violates the human rights. And there is also justice in extrajudicial killing because sometimes the accused person who was caught with evidence related to illegal drugs fight back and it forced the authority to take them down.
Okay. We will now answer our main question. Again, the main question is, should we condone extrajudicial killings at the expense of our human rights? Mr. Orlando.
We should not conduct the extrajudicial killings at the expense of human rights. Because all of us deserves justice and equality, which is based on the law. We must follow the law, especially the due process, in order for us to get the authentic justice that we deserve.
Mr. Rivera.
We will not be able to conduct extrajudicial killing because first of all, in extrajudicial killing, everyone that is being killed are not being given judgment. And I'm sure that no one will get used to that. Especially since the ones that kill people are police officers. And we know that police officers are here so we are protected. And we should at least let them have another chance in living instead of being killed on the spot.
Mr.
I do believe that extrajudicial killing started when President Duterte decided to start the war against drugs, which involves public naming of alleged drug suspects without any court process. And he defended his controversial drug war by reminding the media of the effects of drug addiction on the families and also the young Filipinos, especially like us students. Is this what our country has come? Killing someone and making a claim of their age on a cardboard is enough to make it okay. We can't allow this to become the norm. In that time, they were all killed. They will not be able to defend themselves, and that will be too late.
In my opinion, I think we should condone the extrajudicial killing at the expense of human rights. Because when we say human rights, these are the basic rights and freedom in which our human beings are entitled. And extrajudicial killing violates the human rights. You can consider injustice, especially those who are killed without due process. To protect the rights and life of others, I think we should condone the extrajudicial killing. Thank you for that wonderful answers, our panelists. Thank you for being here today. And thank you for listening today. So we hear that each of everyone's sides. So we understand now the sides of the criminal, the mother of the criminal, students, and also the spokesperson of our human rights. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you for listening and watching attentively. See you again in our next discussion. Bye!